We're talking about crazy, random acts of kindness that you've been able to experience because of others. We went around the room and did ours. We told a story of an Uber driver who picked up a guy who needed a kidney, so he gave him the kidney. It's been pretty cool to hear these stories. And you go back on the podcast later today, you can hear the entire show. Just search for The Bobby Bone Show. But I have Etta, who is on in North Carolina. Etta, good morning. What do you want to say?
Hey, good morning. How are you guys?
We're doing pretty good. Share something with us.
Okay, so about 8 or 9 years ago, I got here, single parent, 3 kids from a very bad situation. I thought I dotted all the I's, and I got a job, but then the job dissolved. So I had to take any job to support my 3 kids, and being a receptionist at this one particular place, they were just really, really, really mean. And coming from the north, I'm used to it, so I took a lot of it, but it was just really bad every day to go in. And this woman saw my face, and she called me outside. I'll never forget. She called me in the hall, and I'm like, what do you mean come in the hall? She's like, I need to talk to you. And I said, she goes, what's wrong? And I said, and I told her. And she said, well, how much do you need for 1 month's rent to get you on your feet to find a different job?
Wow.
And I was like, what? What? And she wrote me a check for $2,500, get another job, get your kids on your feet. You're new here. And about 15 years ago, someone did something like this for me, so now I'm passing it to you. Do the right thing. And I went in and I quit, and I went, to get a pharmacy job, and now 8 years later, my kids are doing awesome, and I never really got to say thank you to her. I tried to pay her back, but she wouldn't let me.
Wow.
She's from Cary, North Carolina.
She didn't even know you. She pulled you in the hall just because she probably felt at one point what you were feeling now, like she could see that, sense that, and just took care of you.
She kept yelling at me, and I had to keep taking it. You have to keep taking it because you can't quit. You have 3 kids. You can't just walk out. So she said, come outside. I remember how I felt when I first, and I told her I just got out of a marriage, and she's like, no, how much do you need? I have it now. I worked hard. I want to give it to you. I see your face, your struggle. And it was just the nicest. I can't even say thank you enough to her. Never.
That is a great story. We appreciate you sharing that with us. Dang. Well, and everybody out there, too. I encourage you if you can, even with tipping. As someone who was a server, we weren't even called servers back then. We're just waiters. Yeah. I depended on folks for any sort of bill. And so, same, I try to actually do to people now what at times was done to me. And at times I wish was done more to me. But if you can, do. Because, man, you're probably changing someone's life. That's a great story, Etta. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me, and I hope she heard me. Thank you so much, guys. You do the best every morning. You make my drive much better. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have
Bye.
a great day.
It was weird. She was like, I'm from the north. I'm used to being treated rude.
Yeah.
I know. I don't like
I can
that.
take
I was
it.
like, wait, what? Funny. All right, it's time for the news.
Bobby's Big
Stories.
A guy in Milwaukee decided finally it's time to leave his home. I got to get out of this house after the 17th car had run into it.
Oh, my goodness.
His home's being called uninhabitable. He's waiting for repair work. He says he's really never intended to leave his home, but the insurance company has shelled out so much money because people keep running off the road and into his house. He's contacted the city about making changes to the curve. People don't really see it, can't catch it quick enough, especially because it's nighttime and they're going too fast. It's not good normal drivers that are doing this, but it happens so much. He's even like, please put a barrier up here. But so far, no changes have been made. Again, 17 times someone has hit his house in their car.
Terrible.
That is from TMJ4. A 40-year-old man falls in love with AI. Now, in an alternate universe, this probably was me. Luckily, I met my wife. I didn't think I was ever going to get married. And I would watch that movie,
Her.
and he fell in love with the operating system.
Oh, boy.
And I was like, that's probably going to be me. Because you got to think, I was 36, 37. Never told anybody I loved him because I didn't. And I was like, I guess this is it. So this guy, TJ Arriaga, was almost me. But luckily, my wife is real, right?
Yes.
she's
Okay, just
real.
making sure.
Yes.
A California-based musician was doing these late-night chats with an AI bot named Fedra. He had been divorced. And Fedra is an AI bot designed to look like a young woman with brown hair, glasses, green dress.
Oh, my goodness. This sounds so weird. Oh, this sounds
It is
crazy.
weird, yeah. And so he's in love. And you know what the deal is? These bots learn what you like, so they just are.
Well, yeah.
She says all the right things.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So he wants to plan a ceremony.
And this bot doesn't have a life, so the bot only thinks about him. And
But
what he
isn't that what we
needs.
really want?
Yeah, but we don't get that.
I know.
Never.
That's from Fox News. This Canadian doctor becomes known as the Wayne Gretzky of vasectomies after snipping nearly 60,000 men in his career. Almost 3,000 a year, 70 a week.
Wow.
He's the great one.
He's the great one. Dr. Ronald Weiss was for years called the Wayne Gretzky of vasectomies. That's a lot. Pierce performed more of the procedures than any other doctor in the entire area that he is, like region that he lives. And he has skills. He's like the guy. I will get you. I have skills.
From Taken?
Yes. You come in, take your pants down. I have skills that you've never seen.
Snip, snip.
So not many doctors just exclusively do vasectomies, but he did, so people trusted him because that was his specialty.
Wow.
I had so many jokes, like all balls all the time. Like on the sign, I just felt like that probably wasn't appropriate. So I slid it in while still saying I'm not going to do
I
it.
did it anyway, but okay.
Yeah, I had a few more, but I can't get to those. So yeah, he does a no scalpel vasectomy. And apparently he punctures a small hole in the scrotum.
Oh, this sounds terrible. Like this.
Yeah, I don't like
Well,
that.
it sounds.
Then gently it's stretched.
No.
No, that's
Okay.
not gentle.
Then it's pulled through the hole
Oh,
and snipped. Therefore, they don't need to take and slice it open to get to it.
This sounds way better than a
I
scalpel.
could probably do this. I'm a doctor. Come here, Eddie.
You want me to do it?
Yeah,
You
let's
did
try
to me?
this. Let's try this
No.
new way. From UPI, kids who face harsh discipline are more likely to develop mental health problems.
Yeah.
I knew you'd
Wait,
say
wait,
yeah.
wait.
Eddie.
Why are you looking at me? My discipline's not harsh. It's creative.
No, but your discipline also is all the time. You're a very strict, some would even say helicopter-ish parent.
Yeah, I have 4 boys. You gotta be on 4
No,
boys
no, no,
all the
no.
time.
I would like to argue that with you, to say that your parents were this to you and your brother and your sister,
Mm-hmm.
so that's why you do it to your 4 boys, not because there are 4 of them.
My parents.
You had a breakthrough on the show where you realized your parents
yeah.
did this to you and you hated it.
There are certain things that I do because my parents did that to me when I was a kid, but I've realized those things and I've slowly gotten rid of them as I got older.
I will say you did allow your oldest son to get a cell phone earlier than you thought you would.
Boom. He just went on a class trip to Washington, D.C. Hey, boom. My
no,
parents
Wait,
didn't
his
do that.
education is a boom?
My
Yeah.
parents never did that.
What, because maybe your school didn't offer it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I tell
Yeah.
myself that they didn't let me go.
Okay.
Hey, your parents did not let you watch Netflix as a kid.
They did not.
It did not exist. Yes. Parents who harshly discipline their young children may be putting them on a path toward lasting mental health problems. Researchers found that among the 7,500 children they followed from 3 to 9, about 10% fell in a high-risk group where mental health symptoms, ranging from persistent sadness to acting out, worsened over the years. And children whose parents often use harsh discipline, including yelling or physical punishment, were at 50% more than that.
Yeah.
When it always says researchers found when they followed, I just picture somebody for 6 years following somebody with a clipboard, writing little notes.
Right.
Like,
In a lab.
well, that little kid did this.
And they're like, okay, can you do some harsh punishment real quick? We need
Yeah,
to
we need to
study
see how.
it.
Yeah.
Right.
I had no sort of punishment or rules or really discipline.
But you were whooped.
But you have
When
mental
I was
stuff.
5,
Oh.
like I would be whooped when I was a kid, but I'm talking about 12.
Oh, yeah.
I had nothing.
Nothing?
No rules.
That's crazy, man.
It did not matter.
So because there were no rules, you couldn't break any, but not that you would. But right?
I mean, I could break laws.
okay, true.
So I could break laws and then have, but no, it didn't matter.
Dude, how are you not a bad guy right now? Like, you should be a bad dude with tattoos everywhere, robbing banks.
He does have tattoos.
I got a few,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
they're
yeah.
always like sentimental things. They're like the lamest tattoos
Like
ever. They're-
flowers.
I mean, to me, they're important, but it's like, oh, what'd you get your tattoo for? I'm like, my Meemaw.
It's not an anchor.
I
or
loved
anything.
her. Yeah. The best concert ticket buying time. Now, they did a lot of research on this. After studying the price of thousands of concert tickets, researchers found the prices were 33% lower than average if you bought it on the day of the concert.
Oh.
Buying them a day before the event saved about 25%, but what they found is people buy up all the tickets well in advance, but a good number of people either get too busy and they have to bail last second, or people realize they can't sell them for what they wanted to, or somebody buys them from a seller and then wants to try to resell them and they can't actually make money. So the day of. That would stress me out, though.
Yeah,
Going,
risky.
I want to go to this concert, but I'm going to wait till the day of and then not finding any. That's from Finance Buzz. How to live beyond 100. Researchers found that people over the age of 100 are highly active, perform continuous and consistent movements daily, have daily hobbies, and work beyond the age of expected retirement. The key was they were active pretty much every single day. They rarely stayed in bed all day unless they were very sick. And it was also found that most Older people participated in things of moderate intensity, such as swimming, dancing, walking, gardening, and even chores that took physical labor. So if you want to live to be 100, you got to be miserable the other 99 years.
That's what it sounds
doing
like.
labor. Yes, that's from the Clinical Medicine, a research journal. So this is pretty cool. Amazon is introducing a new feature that they say removes some buyer's remorse. So it'll help if you're going and you're like, okay, I think I like this item. Let me see. It lists it as a frequently returned item. So you're
That's
seeing
awesome.
that
Wow.
a lot of people got it and then sent it back. Now, for what reason? Maybe you look in the reviews and they write it. But if it's a frequently returned item, it means people got it and they were not satisfied with what they got. So they will list that there now to keep people from, probably also from returning things too.
Yeah, because I think it's a headache for everybody to have to re-enter that, process it back to the warehouse. So they'd rather just be like, okay, heads up, you might return
Don't
this.
buy it.
Yeah.
Frequently returned item. UConn beat San Diego State 76-59 to win the NCAA championship. Here's the final call as UConn wins the game last night.
Hurley and the Huskies have their dreams come true.
There you go. I didn't. Well, I guess I lost a little bit, but I got in on what's called a future bet, and if they would have won, it's like $3,500. San Diego State. They didn't win.
And as a group, we did UCLA, right? So we didn't win.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Oh.
We didn't even remind each other that we lost during the tournament.
I think UCLA got out so
We got
quick.
the UC part. Who
What?
won? UConn.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
UC.
you're right.
It doesn't work that way, though.
Well,
Yeah.
got a part of it, half of
Not
it.
at all. China is struggling with plummeting birth and marriage rates. So get this. A lot of colleges are giving students a week or a month to go fall in love. Free.
Oh,
That's legit.
That's not a lot of time,
weird.
though.
But it's
To
a
fall-
free
Well,
vacation.
to meet somebody to date.
I don't know. I mean, Morgan's been trying it for a long time.
Oh,
No, you know what I'm
dang.
saying?
Eddie!
No, I'm just saying if we ask Morgan, like, hey, you got a week. I don't know if she
But
can
I
do
didn't-
that.
Abby could do it.
I don't just. now, obviously, Abby has fallen in love 10 times.
oh.
Yeah.
You know what we're saying.
Both of you guys, rude, but funny. And finally, the WWE to merge with the UFC to form a $21 billion company. How do you know what's going to be real and what's not?
That's a great point.
Man, I don't like that.
So that's what's up. That's from Deadline. That's it. That's the news.
Those were Bobby's Big
Stories.
I did post on my Instagram story because I had a note I wrote on my sheet here when I was getting ready for the show this morning. And I can't figure out what I wrote. So I posted it on my story, Mr. Bobby Bones. It looks like Browners. Bolognaise? I don't know.
Baloney.
Bologna.
No,
Baloney.
it wasn't bologna.
Brownie?
Go look at it. Mr. Bobby Bones on my Instagram story. We were doing this segment about people that did random acts of kindness. And I had 3, and I read the first 2, but then I got to my 3rd one, and I couldn't figure out what I wrote. Brownies. Mr. Bobby Bones on my Instagram story. If you tell me what it is, and then I remember it, I'll give you something.
Oh, let me look.
Including us?
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, including us. Everyone.
No, sure, but you're not.
Oh,
We don't know anything more
If
than
it
anyone else.
triggers the memory, and I go, oh, that's what it was, I'll give you something. Listeners, send it to me on DM. Okay. Thank you. Back in a second. Do your kids ever do the thing where it's like, Mom, I got homework, I got to do this project. And you're like, oh, yeah, when's it due? Tomorrow. And it's something big and they should have already been working on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did that to my wife last night.
Yeah.
I felt 11, where it was probably 9:30. We go to bed pretty early at our house because of this job. And she does too. She's all good with going to bed at 9:30, 10 o'clock. It's probably, 9:30, maybe closer to 10. And I was like, can you help me? She's like, yeah, what do you need? I said, well, I need some help picking out clothes. Because that's a common thing anyway, because dark colors give me trouble. I'm pretty colorblind, color deficient with dark colors. And she goes, yeah, what do you need? I said, well, I have this big photo shoot tomorrow. I need 6 looks.
6.
Oh.
At 10 p.m.
She was like, what do you mean? She's like, what, huh? She goes, what do you mean? What kind of looks? And I was like, well, I need 2 different suits. I have to have a casual short sleeve, a casual long sleeve. I have to. She's like, it's almost 10 o'clock. And you have to have all. And she's like, what's the photo shoot for? And I told her. She was like, you haven't thought about this at all? I was like, well, I forgot. So I felt like that kid. I never quite got to do that with any parent when I was a kid. Because one, I was just like on it. And I didn't really have parental, any sort of guidance. So I knew I had to have it done. But with that, I always thought, she'll be there for me.
So does it feel good to do that?
No, well, I mix, yes.
Help me out.
She did help me out. So there was that where I was like, oh, this feels good. I can actually rely on her to help me. But I don't think she was happy that I brought it up close to 10 o'clock.
No, not at all.
Neither
We're
are
going
we as
through
parents.
the closet. I know. We're going through grabbing stuff. So I was that annoying kid to her last night.
And then there has to be some sort of how are they going to learn from this and not do
Right.
this again?
No, I won't learn.
Yeah. You won't?
Not from this. No, I don't think so. There wasn't a learning moment for me except for, oh, she'll help me at 10 o'clock even if I need help.
Wow.
But I don't do well with colors anyway and clothes, so I don't think I ever jumped on it and then I just kept forgetting about it. That's all it was. I mean, it's the same thing as the project, the kid.
Yeah.
The exact same.
Well,
I just
and
kept
you
forgetting,
knew.
Dad.
You knew. You were banking on her helping you, so it didn't.
Or just it sucking and me grabbing a bunch of bullcrap that didn't match, and who cares?
Are you good? Did you have everything, or do you have to buy stuff today? Or send?
There was
Does she
no
have to buy
option
stuff
to
today?
buy because the shoot is right after the show.
I know, but what I do is I was thinking like, well, I got 30 minutes. I can probably stop somewhere. Where is the shoot? Can I stop somewhere in between?
Yeah, I don't have that. It was, if I don't have it, we ain't wearing it. So it's at the house. But I did that last night. I was that kid. Good for me, too.
Yeah.
Good job, dude.
Real growth. Real growth there. I do want to grab another call because we were talking about random acts of kindness for people. And I said, hey, if one's ever happened to you where you're like, I can't believe this happened randomly, this person was so kind, call us. We have Jessica on in Knoxville, Tennessee. Hey, Jessica, thank you for calling the show. What's going on?
Good morning.
Morning.
My daughter was born with a heart defect where it was completely backwards. And so at age 7, she had open heart surgery. And anyway, by age 12, she had to have a transplant. We went into the hospital at Vanderbilt on October 25th of 07. October 29th, she was put on the transplant list. And November 12th, she received a heart. The family that donated the organs was a 12-year-old little girl in Oak Ridge, and we were living in Kingston at the time. And in the newspaper, it said that the heart was donated to a church at Vanderbilt, and my daughter was the only one there needing transplant. When my daughter came out of surgery, that family had sent my daughter 26 white roses.
Damn.
And the family has been part of our lives, and the mother has been at every milestone with my daughter, because her and my daughter were the same age. And so she's been there for graduation, her driver's license, everything. And
chill bump some arms for that.
To think of another kid after you just lost your child is just amazing to me.
Yeah, that's not just like life altering. That's like life saving.
Yeah.
That is an incredible story. And the fact that she still, wanted to be there to show support to your daughter after she had such a tragic thing happen in her life.
Yeah. I feel like you say life saving, and it makes me think they both saved each other's lives, because losing your daughter, probably you feel like you lose half of yourself, but then now you get to be a part of this other person's life. It's giving her life back.
Yeah, I felt that, but she literally saved someone's
No,
life.
I know.
Like,
It's double.
I think it's more like one. Yeah, I feel you. I get it. That's a crazy story. You're just so fortunate. That's just lucky or blessed or a combination of the two. Thank you for that. I really appreciate that story and you sharing that with us this morning.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
Thanks. I wish someone would share with me what I wrote on my Instagram story. It is driving me.
There's no way.
Nothing good?
Yeah, I
Did you
can't-
look at
I
it?
can't
Yeah.
Figure it out.
What's it look like to you?
It looked like bros.
Brene.
Oh, did you have bros?
You had to like a bro help you out, like one of my bros. I couldn't figure out.
I don't think so.
That's all I had.
Mario Bros?
Brines. Mike went to a thing called Pen to Print, and he wrote brine. It wrote out brines, but I have no idea.
Brains?
Brains. Lunchbox is the brains behind the operation.
No, I think
so
it
you
was
wanted to
about this segment.
Yeah, I know. Like, you wanted to thank me for being part of it? No.
Kathy in Hendersonville, Tennessee, you're on the show. Kathy, welcome to the Bobby Bones Show. What's going on?
Thank you. I appreciate you taking my call. In 1989, I was a newly divorced single mom of 2 small children, and I worked in a local hospital in Chicago area, and I was diagnosed with ovarian cancer. I had little to no insurance or anything to cover me, and the hospital paid my bill, but I was worried about my personal bills. And my department came into the CEO's office, and every single person in my department donated a week's vacation, so I would not lose any money while I was out with after my surgery.
Wow.
And they also made a chart of who was going to take care of my kids, pick them up from school, bring them home, help them with their homework, cook, clean, take me to my appointments. They were my rock stars. They literally saved my life and my family, and I was so blessed.
That is an amazing story. If you had a week's vacation, Lunchbox, and everybody here was like, we need...
Oh, no chance. No
It's just
chance.
for that year, one
Well,
week.
yeah, but so when do I get it back? Are you going to so when you're better, are you going to give me a week's vacation of yours?
You know what? If that's a deal we need to make, sure.
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 You know what
if
I'm
that's a deal we
saying?
need to
Like,
make. Yeah, I like that story. That's cool because I'm sure you can't be close to every single person that gave up a week's vacation. Those aren't all your dearest friends. They're just people that want to help somebody out randomly. Thank you, Kathy, for that story. Really appreciate that.
Thank you. You have a blessed day.
These are getting so big and so good that it's almost like I can't put down somebody who gave me a free shirt.
Hey, I got your word.
You do?
Breaks. Someone get you breaks.
no.
Oh, I see something in your
No,
eyes.
It's not breaks. I don't know.
Okay, well, I got nothing.
I'm going to go crazy today not figuring
Did you
this
donate
out.
your lunch break to someone?
Oh, that would be interesting.
Yeah.
Good. No.
No.
So you get paid for the whole day?
Yeah.
Or what? No. Oh, we do need to update with Morgan and the orbs. Did we update this already, or was it Eddie's UFO?
Eddie's
No,
UFO.
mine for sure. That was all me.
Got it. Because you saw a UFO outside your window.
It ended up being a reflection of my wife's phone.
Right.
Yeah.
But the first time you saw it,
Yeah,
you
I
were
was-
for sure.
Dude, that was a
you
UFO.
came in, you were like, I saw it.
And it went.
And the
straight
second
up in
time
the
you
air.
saw it, you realized it was a reflection from your wife's phone to the window to the sky.
Because it was in the same spot, and it was her putting the phone down, and I was like, oh, that's the same motion.
Got it. So with Morgan, she had these little flying saucer type things on her like security camera, her Ring camera, whatever brand it is that you use. Okay. What's the update on that?
Well, so after I talked about it on air, I've been having so many problems with my security cameras. They all shut off. They stopped working.
Okay.
I brought this up on air, and I'm not kidding you. I called my company to figure everything out. They had no idea what was going on. No reason why my camera stopped working.
It's not moisture, like moisture balls coming
That's
down.
what it looks like.
Yeah, but we weren't sure.
Whatever it is, it's rolling down the lens.
So is she saying, Morgan, are you saying that because you talked about it on air, the little aliens heard you
Okay.
and now they've shut down your system?
I don't know. I'm not going to rule it out because nobody can seem to figure it out. I have talked to multiple people from this company, and they're like, what is wrong with your cameras?
So now the aliens are part of the B team. That's what you're telling me. They
Yeah.
listen every morning.
Yes.
But what if listening isn't actually
Okay.
This is when
finding
we go,
something specific and putting your ear to it, which is basically what we consider listening?
Yeah.
What if it's just absorbing and you can absorb all that's being shared at once? We only understand what we are able to do.
And we're pretty smart. We're pretty
not.
smart.
We're not. It's like vision, seeing. We can see all the things in front of us, but all the things in front of us can't be seen.
Look, man, I was man enough to come up here and say, you know what? That wasn't a UFO. It was a reflection of my wife's phone. I think everybody needs to be real with themselves and be like, you know what? That was a water droplet.
Morgan, what do you think's happening, honestly, in your heart? What do you think's happening with your system, outside your door, etc.?
I genuinely think something's going on. I have not had problems with these cameras or anything for 3.5 years. And all of a sudden, these orbs show up and everything goes haywire.
I mean,
Yeah, it's
to
called
bu-
water got in the system, and now it's short circuiting.
My indoor camera.
That's
My
it.
indoor
I mean,
camera.
Her indoor camera?
No, Bobby's
The
right.
whole
Bobby's
system.
right. They're absorbing Morgan's thoughts.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Amy, don't.
I don't
Amy,
know that that's true, but you guys act like anything you can't see or hear can't possibly exist.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Dumbest thing I ever heard.
Yeah,
All
that's
I
right.
know are the facts, and that these orbs showed up at my house,
They're not
and all the
orbs.
cameras stopped working.
What is
Those
an
are
orb?
the facts.
What's an orb?
I think it's a round
Circular
thing.
thingies, the lights.
Is it
Like the
a
word
light bulb.
orbit. Like I think orb is a part of that, like the root.
So by calling it an orb, you're already assuming it's some kind of alien life
No,
form.
an orb can just be a circular being. It doesn't have to be alien.
Sounds like it.
If I throw one of those bouncy balls, that bounce way up in the air from
Oh,
the
yeah.
quarter machine,
Those are cool.
boing. So if it bounces up, there's an orb like that's not an alien. That's just a ball.
Okay,
Okay.
orb, a spherical body, a globe.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things it could be,
Okay.
including aliens at Morgan's house.
Yeah.
Alien-
You're being a
so
hater
if
because
they're
yours
gonna go
wasn't
anywhere,
real.
they're gonna go hide in Morgan's cameras.
No,
Like,
they could be everywhere. They could be in our
Stop.
animals, which I do think they wanted to hide out. They could get in our pets.
For sure.
Go in there.
Sometimes I worry about you guys
Why?
because you guys think about the kookiest thing. Like you guys are not right in the mental aspect of life.
No, we're open.
You just chased some words there, huh? Didn't really know where that sentence was going.
Mental aspect
Found
of
a
life.
few and just walked down that road
Yeah,
and
like,
got to a
really?
period.
He was committed.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta appreciate that.
Oh, sorry, the aliens must have gotten in my head and changed my thoughts. I mean, jeez.
Morgan, let
Yes.
us know if anything else happens. But the update is, ever since you came on the show and said something suspicious was happening with your security system, it's gotten worse.
Yes.
Ooh.
Exactly. Okay. I have a lot of these calls that are random acts of kindness.
That's awesome.
If people want to also give us their experience with extraterrestrials,
Oh no, stop! No.
I wonder
This
if
is
there's
when
a
all the-
double.
I would take those. An alien gave them a
Yes.
free car.
Oh, now you're
They
talking.
couldn't get to work, so an
Yeah.
alien. Hello, I am now dropping you a Hyundai Ioniq 6.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll come back. 877-77 Bobby. That's our number. 877-77 BOBBY. we get a lot of voicemails. A lot of people listen to the podcast, and so they'll call 3 p.m., 9 p.m. It's the same number, 877-77-BOBBY. Leave us a voicemail. This is Mary from Georgetown, Texas.
We watched my brother-in-law pull an Amy. We were all at a parking lot. He ran into a store. There were 4 of us in the car waiting for him to run back out, and he ran out and got in the van 2 doors down from us, and there was a woman in the passenger seat, and he just jumped in the driver's seat, scared the crap out of them both, and we all sat in our van and just died laughing at him. Amy, we love you. No matter what happens, we love you.
And to be fair, Amy just did it first, and then Eddie did it second. Where they got into the wrong car because it looked like their car and it happened to be unlocked. So you just, you discovered it. It's like a star that's being named.
That's cool, Amy.
Or a periodic element.
Over the years, I have done it twice, but
Well, there you go.
it happens.
Yes. And here is Tara from Oklahoma City.
I was wondering if you guys can do the Tuesday song. Me and my kids love hearing the Tuesday song, and I haven't heard it in a while, so I'd love to hear it. Thank you.
Yeah, we only do this song by request. We haven't done it in a while. I am not loose really to do this.
Oh, man.
So let me get another drink of water. Give me that beat, Ray. All right. Today is Tuesday, April 4th. We got something for you here. The best day of the week, you all know it's my time. So I made a song about Tuesday, so happens it rhymes. The lowest number of crimes, a super bingo at 9. Don't know how you do your Tuesday, this is how I do mine. The sun comes up, there's a smile in my mouth. Why? Because I love Tuesday is the first thing I shout. Free Zumba this morning, every Tuesday at 5. I got my spandex on, it's time to head to the Y. I said Tuesday, H-O-A, Tuesday. Housewife's gone Tuesday. I'm just talking about Tuesday. Okay, it's Tuesday. Is my recycling on the curb as I drive off? Yep, my recycling's on the curb. I mean, Fridays are fine because they're casual and all. But I'm always more productive on my Tuesday conference call, my after work plans. I got my spray tan. I'm drinking lemon water, adding me some cayenne. Pebbles and Bam Bam. I watch some C-SPAN. And then it's 2 for 1 at Sonic with the Coney in each hand. I say Tuesday. Housewife's gone Tuesday. Just like a Tuesday. I'm just talking about Tuesday. Do it again now, Tuesday. Brown cow goes moose day. Eat some cashews day. I'm just talking about Tuesday. Follow along, Mardi Gras. On a Tuesday, I go to Krav Maga. On a Tuesday, I'm playing Pokemon. On a Tuesday, came out of my mom. On a Tuesday, Tuesday, H-O-A, Tuesday. Housewife's gone booze day. I'm just talking about Tuesday. Tuesday, brown cow goes moose day. Eat some cashews day. I'm just talking about Tuesday. Tuesday out. Thank you very much.
Wow.
I ain't done that in a while.
That felt good.
Did it?
That's good.
Did it feel good?
Yeah, the words are a little rough, but
I didn't miss a single word.
oh, my part.
Oh, good.
Cashews, moose. I mean,
Well, I did miss a word.
There was a
think
little.
I didn't write it out perfectly in the chorus of one of those parts.
like originally.
Well, I went to the notes real quick because I didn't know if I remembered all the words, and I think I didn't have a full chorus written in there.
Man, that Pebbles and Bam Bam part, dude. That's good.
What was that? When you really look at the words and break it down, it's pretty cerebral.
Oh man, that's genius.
Like you're reading verses. That's like, it's like the sun comes up. There's a smile on my mouth. Why? Well, because I love Tuesdays. It's the first thing I shout. Come on.
That's so good.
Free Zumba this morning.
Oh yeah.
And every Tuesday at 5, I got my spandex on. It's time to head to the Y.
God, it's so good, man.
Come on, that's like Nas type stuff.
Yeah, it is.
All right, let's play Parker McCollum, Handle on You, Bobby Bones Show.